here and pretend there was no mic, so I'm going to really enunciate. I'm the oldest of 3 sisters. I have a little brother, but when there's 3 sisters, sometimes he doesn't count. So, in terms of, we've all read about the theories about sibling order and all that kind of stuff. Well, being the oldest, you wind up with certain responsibilities. It's not necessarily that it makes sense because it goes with your personality or anything like that, but you're the oldest, so you're kind of like stuck with it. Well, I guess I was maybe 16 or so. My parents were away on vacation, and it was like maybe the first time that they left us home on our own. And but unfortunately, somebody that worked for my dad passed away, and so it was my responsibility to represent the family and go visit the funeral home where this man's family was and let them know that our family understood their grief and we cared. Well, that was a pretty heavy-duty thing for a 15-year-old kid, I think, but I managed it, and I think that, I found my role a little bit in the family. There was more to my role, thank goodness, but at any rate, thinking about the Good Vibrations theme, which I only thought about for the first time tonight, so I'm kind of rolling this whole theme through a long trajectory that spans my long life in 5 minutes. Anyway, so the next funeral theme thing that I remember in my family was when my grandfather died. And in a lot of families, there's like the side of the family that's like really well-to-do, really respectable, really knows how to do everything right. And then there's your side of the family. And so I remember showing up at this funeral for my grandfather, and the only parking spot left was right in front of the church. And I had my little sister in the car with me, just a couple years younger than me, and I was in my 30s by now, so yeah, I was old enough. Anyway, speaking of the sibling thing, the oldest is responsible, the youngest is, happy-go-lucky, nothing Teflon, let's say. Anyhow, so I get out of the car, I slam the door shut, my sister gets out of the car, she slams the door shut, and the car alarm goes off, like right in front of the church. All my really well-to-do, do everything right side of the family people are standing in front of the church, and the car alarm is going off, 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 off. Well, we got through that. Anyway, the next funeral-related thing that I remember in my life, it could have happened before this. It probably did, but it was around that decade. Anyway, somebody on my mom's side of the family died, and it didn't matter who did everything right with them. So my mom stayed at our house. She was going to have the after funeral party, so she was behind, and so it was my responsibility to show up to the funeral with my dad and be real appropriate. I remember now my dad's family business had to do with, part of the business had to do with funeral cars, so that we understood what was supposed to happen and the appropriate things to say and do, etc., etc., etc. So, but we were at this funeral home, and I swear, now, my subconscious is interjecting here, wants to add more to the story, so I hope you bear with me. But the guy who was the funeral home guy, I swear he looked like he was already dead. And I remember we were all in the room with the casket and everything, and he comes in and he's got these dark glasses on and he's like white as a sheet, and then he says, "All right, now listen up, everybody, and we're going to file out and we're going to get in the cars and we're going to line up, etc., etc." Okay, we're going out. So my father and I, we get in our car, we line up, and wouldn't you know, the hearse has a dead battery. Nobody can go anywhere because somebody has to jump the hearse. My father, who understands what's appropriate, he's just like, I can't believe this. And of course, it's my mother's side of the family. So anyway, so I'm just taking it all in. I remember that. I remember that memory. Okay, I'm starting to wrap it up. That memory really came home to roost years later after my dad passed away, and there was a lot of turmoil and all that kind of junk, but we were at the cemetery and we had laid him to rest and so forth, and we went to leave, and it turns out my sister, the Teflon one, the youngest, the one that gets away with everything, her battery was dead. It was a dog whistle to me. It was a dog whistle from my dad, and his dog whistles to me are going to happen where in situations where everything is supposed to be really, really appropriate, but something's not going to be. And so it's just like, hi, Dad.
Marie, everybody.